Okay, so hello everyone and welcome back to CodeFlix. So today we'll be making a weather forecasting app using PHP. So let's jump on to the demo. So I'll open the link. So here it is on the localhost. I have made a weather report application, and so this is my city in India, and so it is showing me the current weather and the weather of the next 5 days, 5 days weather report forecast for this city in India. So this is the weather forecast. So today when I'm recording, it is Saturday. So on Saturday the current weather, the lowest weather and the higher temperature, and then there is a phrase or some description about how the weather will be. There is a considerable cloudiness, a shower or thunderstorm around. So there is a possibility of a thunderstorm around. Then I get the wind speed, I get the pressure, I get the visibility. So all these parameters I get, and then these are the forecast of the next 5 days. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday until Wednesday. So these are the lower temperature and the higher temperature and some phrase, and then there is an image of the possible temperature. So these are the days when the rain possibility of rain is there, and these are the days when the thunderstorm possibility is there. So as you can see, the current temperature is also shown. So I'll show you how I get these temperatures. So I'm using the envy times API. So I'll copy this API and I'll show you the response in Postman in a prettier format. So I'll paste it here. This is a we'll be using get response. So it will show us in a prettier format. So as you can see, it is in a prettier format. So in the results in the current array, there is this location, then is this phrase which is partly sunny. So if I open, it is partly sunny is shown here. Then I open the Postman, then the temperature, it is in the unit Fahrenheit. Then there is the humidity, wind speed unit, pressure unit, visibility, then the image. So this is the pressure, visibility, then the images are also sent by the API itself. So we have to just show it here in our application. Then we'll see the date, the zip code, the country, the state, the city. Then the next array is of 7-day forecast. So it is written 7-day forecast, but it shows of the next 5 days. So today is Saturday, then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. These are the 5 days of which the forecast we get in this API. Also we get the images and the same things, which is the day, the unit, the pressure and the state, country, date, etc. things are available in this. And you can see the unit is in Fahrenheit. So I'll explain you the code for this. So first of all, we have used PHP for this, and we have used a cache file data.json. So whenever we will run this application, a file data.json will be created. So I'll open this. This is a JSON file. This is not in a prettier format, but it is the same thing what I have shown you. So the response which we get here will be stored in the data.json file, and we'll be using this here in report.php. So we'll make an if condition that if cache file exists, if data.json exists, so it will take all the data from that JSON decode, it will decode the JSON format and get all the contents from that cache file in this data variable. Or we'll call this API URL which I just hit in the Postman. This URL which results in this will be called, and the data will be stored in the API. The contents from the URL will be get and will be stored in the data variable. Then we have used a current variable which will store the data, then results, which is this results, and inside this results the current array. So the current array and the zeroth part of the current array. So which part? The part which is this part, the zeroth part of the array will be stored in the current variable, and the forecast will be of the next 5 days. Here it is 7-day forecast because in the API it returns a 7-day forecast. So the forecast variable will be storing the next 7-day or 5-day weather forecast. Then this is some basic styling. Will not be going much into styling today because this is just basic styling of what I have done here. of what it is shown here. I have done some basic styling for this. Then I have used Bootstrap for this. So I have called the Bootstrap link using the CDN. You can also use it. I'll give the link in the description, and you can find the link for this code also in description. Then I have made a function for convert to degree centigrades. So as you can see, the value which we get is in Fahrenheit. So to convert it into degree centigrade, because in India we use degree centigrade instead of Fahrenheit. So to convert it into degree centigrade, we use this function. So if the unit, which is the unit, is in Fahrenheit, then we'll be converting it by using this formula, value minus 32.1.8, and if the unit is already in degree centigrade, we'll return the value. So if you want, you can use this. If you don't want, you feel free to not use it. Then I use the container as I am using the Bootstrap. Then we can see the weather report for. Then I used PHP echo current variable, and I am printing the city, and in brackets I am printing the current and country. So inside the current I will be printing the country and the city. So in the application, weather report for Vadodara, which is city, and India, which is the country. Then we'll move on. We are using an static image here. So this is the static image here, and then we'll be moving on to the current, then temperature, current temperature unit, which is in the current array, the temperature, which is I guess here, and the temperature unit. So we'll get the temperature, convert it, and we'll get the unit replaced by degree Celsius. So the temperature and temperature unit, here it goes. Then we'll move on to the description, which is the current description of the weather, which is partly sunny. Then we'll move on to the wind speed, which is here. Then pressure, oh, it will be a spelling mistake, pressure, and then the PHP current pressure and pressure unit, pressure unit, and the same for visibility and visibility unit. Here it is. Then we'll move on to the 5 days weather forecast for the city and country, which is same as above. Then we have used a loop, for each loop. So I'll initiate the loop with 0 and make a for each loop with $forecast, which is the forecast variable which we have used here. So the forecast variable, which will be storing the 7-day forecast, will be on a loop. We'll make a loop on it as $f, and will do a plus plus after every day. So I'll echo the day. So here the day gets echoed, which is Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Then I'll echo the I use the convert to centigrade for the lower and higher unit, and for temperature, so it is in degree Celsius. So lower unit and higher unit, I am using convert to degree centigrade function, and it will give me the converted value in degree centigrade, the higher and the lower value, higher and lower value. Then what I'll be using is the phrase which I get in the API. So here is the phrase, which is a morning thunderstorm in parts of the area outside a thick cloud cover. So a morning thunderstorm in parts of area outside a thick cloud cover. So here is the description. So these are the descriptions which get printed here, and I also echo the image here. So the images which we get here are also from the API itself. And that's it, our weather forecast app gets ready. Now, as I said in the beginning, I've used a data JSON file. So it creates a data JSON file itself. If I delete it, what will happen? So I delete that file and I run this application again. So it will run again. So let's see, it gives me the same or almost same results, because it gets updated, the API gets updated. And if I check, a data.json file already gets created on its own. So this is the data.json file which gets created on its own even if we delete it. So the condition here is, so I'll show you, the condition here is that if the file exists, it will take from that data, and if not, it will take the data from the API. So this is our weather forecasting app which we can make just by using PHP. So thanks for watching, and Do share, subscribe and like to the videos. Thanks.